So let's begin on our back. We'll do 2 stretches for the hips today, but again, you may not see me or might not see me very well here in this position. So luckily you don't need to. You should be on your back laying down. So this is a good example of things that we can bring to our practice. So things like technical difficulties, frustration, right? Tension. And what I'd like you to, if you're feeling that today, you may not be, I am, because I was just troubleshooting this camera. What I'd like you to bring to that is just awareness. Just notice where in your body you're feeling that. When the mind labels something, a lot of times we don't look any further. We just accept that label. And there is something, well, there's a lot that's missed when we do that. So scanning into my body, I can feel, some tension in my abdomen, in my chest. There's a little bit of tension. Right? So the body is responding to the situation, right? Can't get something to work the way we want it to. That creates tension in the body. Here's the thing, as I become more and more aware and accepting of that tension, it actually begins to release. So what tends to keep tension around is the fact that we aren't actually really fully aware of it. We're sort of pushing it off to the side and, trying to solve the problem. Well, sometimes we can't solve the problem, like this morning. So what do? Instead of focusing on outwardly solving the problem, we just go inward and notice, okay, how is this manifesting in my body right now? And again, I'm just sharing my experience in the hope that you can relate, that you've had periods like that. Maybe not this morning, but perhaps in other mornings. So now we begin our breathing. So as usual, we inhale, fill the belly, ribs, and then upper chest, and we exhale, reverse that. Once you've established that 3-part breath, we'll begin layering on that ocean sound, the friction at the throat. That's called ujjayi. And now let's begin opening up the hips. So we bring the right leg in and we'll move that leg around a little bit just to warm it up, stretch it out. And then the first of 2 stretches is dropping the leg out to the right side, stretching the inside of the thigh. And I don't feel it with my knee bent. So what I'll do is I'll grab my big toe or foot or strap and I'll straighten the leg. Good. Let's inhale back through center. Left foot's to the ground, right ankle over the left, and then we pull the legs in, and that's called figure 4. Should feel it in your right buttocks. Good. Release both legs, take a breath, feel the difference between the left and right sides. Now cradling the left leg, again we just move it around as a way to gently begin working those tissues in the leg and the hip. And then again, first stretch, just drop the knee to the left. And if you don't feel it, try straightening the leg. Get a deeper stretch. Good. We inhale back through center and cross the left ankle over the right knee and hug the right leg in, and you should feel a stretch in your left buttocks. Good. Let's release. Relax the legs, take a breath. Again, feeling both sides, they should feel very even at this point. And then we'll bring both legs in and rock up to seated. Let's come into a tabletop. We'll do a few cat-cows to warm up the spine and the back. And then coming back to neutral, let's tuck the toes, lift the hips, and we'll come into a down dog. And down dog, pedal out the tension in the low leg. Once you have, come into your full downward dog for a few breaths. With the exhale, walking your feet toward your hands, you come into a ragdoll. And then with arms relaxed, inhale, rolling up to stand, stacking ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and heels. Let's do a few rounds of sun salutations. So with the feet touching, inhale, arms up, touch palms, and lift the heart. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, step the right and then the left foot to the top of a push-up. Take a deep breath. Exhale, drop the knees and bend the arms, and then take a breath here. With the next exhalation, lower all the way to your belly. Bring the feet together and press the tops of your feet into the mat. Inhale, lift your hands, head, neck, and chest. Exhale, lower back down. Press back to tabletop and then to the downward facing dog. Inhale to the toes, fill your lungs. Exhale, step, jump, or float to the front edge of the mat. Inhale to standing back bend. And then exhale, stretch the right side of your body in half moon. Inhale through center. And exhale, stretch the left side. Inhale through center. And exhale to forward fold. Inhale to half lift. And exhale, step the left and then the right to the top of a push-up. Okay, decide whether you want knees up or down. Take a deep breath, exhale halfway down. Take a breath. And then with the next exhale, lower all the way to your belly. This time, inhale, press into the palms. Lift the head, neck, chest, abdomen, but keep your hips firmly planted on the ground. Exhale, lower back down. Press back to tabletop, or you can push up and then back to downward dog. Let's inhale to the toes, fill the lungs. Exhale, step, jump, or float to the front edge of the mat. Inhale to standing back bend. Exhale, stretch the right side. Inhale, center. Stretch the left side. Inhale, center, and exhale into an imaginary seat for chair pose. Good. Inhale, standing back bend, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale to half lift, and then exhale, step, jump, or float to the bottom of your push-up. Inhale to up dog, arms and legs straight, knees and hips off the ground. And then if you're able, do a push-up on your way back to downward facing dog. All right, everyone. So hopefully, if you're like me, I'm feeling a flush of heat. So again, it's pretty perfect. 3 rounds of sun salutation. I start to just break a little bit of a sweat unless the room is really cold. So it works pretty well as a raising my core body temperature, which helps with flexibility. So hopefully you're feeling that. You might not again if you got the AC blasting, but mine's off. Let's look at our side plank first variation. So I'm going to turn just for the camera here. Feet touching, inhale right leg up and back. Exhale the knee to the ground. And then inhale, raise the left hand up into this modified side plank. Okay. So the sides are long, the chest is open, the arms are like hands on a clock, one right above the other. The gaze is up, right? Hips are stacked directly over the knee. So this is a modified side plank. Now, I think most of you know we want this right shoulder active. So whichever hand is on the ground, we want to feel those muscles working. That helps to protect the joint. The breath should still be deep, rhythmic, and slow. The gaze is up, spine is long, right? So reaching the crown of the head toward the wall that's in front of your head. Good. Let's exhale that hand down. We inhale, right leg up and back to 3-legged dog. Exhale, lunge. And then we'll inhale to warrior 2, Vinyasa 2. Okay, so the front foot and knee point straight ahead, knee lunges directly over the heel, thigh approaching parallel, arms parallel, gaze over the front fingertips. And when I teach this in person, I see this a lot. Okay, so bring those shoulders, but there's no leaning in this posture. You're not moving in that direction just because you're looking in that direction. So bring those shoulders back and then reach the fingertips out. I also see this a lot. Like that back arm is kind of dead and lazy because you're not looking at it. So reach those fingertips out and it should go right where you want it. Feel your strength, your power, okay? Good, let's take a deep breath. Exhale, cartwheel down, bottom of the push-up. Side 2, feet touch, inhale left leg, exhale the knee to the ground, and then inhale to modified side plank, okay? Now, again, in this posture, usually the only thing that really gives people trouble is the shoulder. So if you've injured your shoulder, you know, something in here, there might be pain. Again, if that's the case, reach out to me and let's spend a little bit of time finding a variation that feels safe for you. This works for, I'd say, probably 99% of the people. So this is our default. All right, deep breath. Exhale that hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. And inhale to warrior 2. Okay, so in this posture, if you're doing it properly, you feel the front thigh working. So we, as human beings, we tend to default to conserving energy. So you may, try doing something like that because that feels a lot easier. But that's not really what we want while we're doing yoga. So find the work in that thigh. We're trying to strengthen it. And then likewise, find the stretch in this back hip. The arms might be getting tired again. This is what people would do to conserve energy. Okay, we're not doing that because we're doing yoga right now. So we're not trying to conserve energy or stay super comfy. In fact, we're very much intentionally getting out of our comfort zone with yoga, okay? All right, deep breath, exhale, cartwheel down, bottom of the push-up, make your way to downward dog. Okay, inhale to your toes, exhale, step, jump, float, front edge of the mat. Inhale to standing back bend. Exhale, forward fold. And then if you're able to, place the hands shoulder width, bend the arms deeply, rest the shins on the back of the arms, look up, and try lifting one foot off the ground at a time, unless you feel comfortable, and then lift both feet. And that's called crow pose, okay? So this is a good foundation for something we'll try and do a little later in the class. So again, we do have classes where we break down the crow pose. This just isn't that class. I don't have time to do everything in every class. So hopefully you've mastered that already. You've all been to that class before. So hopefully that's something you've mastered or you're practicing, you're working on. Okay, crow pose. Very foundational, very important posture. Okay, make your way back to down dog. You can step back, jump back, vinyasa. However you get there is fine. And then from here, let's bring feet to touch. We inhale the right leg up and back and exhale the knee to the ground. Inhale to modified side plank once again. Okay, first variation. Now, if this is really challenging, then you're just going to stay here and learn to breathe calmly and fully. Okay. If this feels pretty easy, then inhale, lift the top leg up, and exhale, put it down. And just with the breath, you inhale, lift as high as you can, and exhale. Good. Now let's keep it lifted as we breathe. Good. Exhale the foot and the hand down. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. Inhale to warrior two. Good. Exhale here. And then inhale to stupa, which is a transition. It's pretty neutral. Exhale to warrior two, facing the opposite side of the mat. Good. Inhale back up. And exhale, warrior two at the front again. Good. Let's do that a few more times. Make sure you feel the legs as you drop into it, okay? Good. Now this time, let's inhale up and exhale to a goddess pose. So in goddess, we'd like the toes and knees pointed in the same direction, the knees over the heels, thighs coming toward parallel, and then the arms are basically mirroring what we're doing in the lower body. Good. Let's see if we can take that a little deeper. So inhale back up, and then exhale into goddess, maybe a little further, a little wider. And one more time, deep breath in, and exhale even a little further into the goddess pose. Good. Inhale back up and exhale, cartwheel down, bottom of the push-up. Make your way to down dog. Okay, from our down dog, feet touch, inhale left leg, exhale the knee to the ground, and inhale the right hand up into modified side plank. So again, this is your base. So if doing more does not feel safe today, then just stay here. If it does, then inhale, lift the leg, and exhale, put it down. Now I'll remind everybody, safe and comfortable are not the same thing. So we are actually looking to challenge ourselves a little bit, which means getting out of the comfort zone by definition, okay? So don't be afraid to gently push yourself. All right, let's keep that leg lifted and we're breathing. trying to stay relaxed and calm. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale the foot and the hand. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Take a breath. And then inhale, stupa. And exhale, warrior two. With the breath. Good. This time inhale up and exhale to the goddess. So again, just get the alignment, refine it if necessary. And then let's take it a little deeper. So inhale up and exhale goddess. So my arms, really feeling my arms tired today. Okay, so I'm not going to drop them, but just to let you know, let's inhale back up again, deep breath in. And exhale, goddess. Good. Inhale back up, deep breath in. Exhale, cartwheel down, bottom of the push-up. All right, let's do a little bit of standing balance. So inhale to the toes, exhale, step, jump, float, front edge of the mat. Inhale to the standing back bend. And then as you exhale, take chair pose and bring the right elbow under your left and join the palms together. You can also do this if joining palms is not possible. Just grab the opposite shoulder. Okay, and then inhale the right over the left. I'm trying to mirror you here, so try and follow my directions. Visually, it may or may not be correct if you're doing a mirror image of me here. So we're dropping the hips down. Drop the elbows without leaning forward. So keep those shoulders back, but drop those elbows down. Good. Let's inhale, unwind everything. So all the way up and back, and then exhale, left under right, and then left over right. Good. Deep breath in. And forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, bottom of the push-up. Make your way to down dog. Okay, so let's take a look at a different variation of the side plank, modified side plank. So feet touch, inhale, right leg. Exhale the foot about halfway, roll onto the side of your left foot, and then inhale the right arm up into the modified side plank. So the shoulder's going to work harder, the waist, again the obliques are going to work harder here. So if this is too much, you know what to do. You drop that bottom knee to the ground, straighten the top leg, right? But hopefully you don't have to do that. Okay, deep breath. Exhale the hand to the ground. And then inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. And then inhale to a warrior two. Okay. Take a breath. And then inhale, stupa. And exhale, warrior two. Oh, sorry, I skipped goddess. So inhale, stupa, exhale, goddess. Sorry about that. Inhale back up. Exhale, warrior two facing back. So this is our pattern. Okay, we'll do this a few times. Inhale, exhale, goddess. Inhale, exhale, warrior. Good. Few more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and warrior two at the back. One last time. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, warrior two. Good. Now this time, inhale, straighten the front knee. Pivot the hands to face the left wall. And then exhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen those sides. And when you feel you're beginning to round, okay, instead of rounding, just pivot your arms into the same position as a side plank. Okay, so this is one of the themes of today's class, is this long sides, strong sides, flexible sides, the shoulders being stacked above the thighs and hips, right? Or in line, the chest open, the gaze up, the breath deep. So very similar structure in the postures today. And this is extended triangle pose. Okay, let's inhale, back up, bend that knee, exhale, cartwheel down, bottom of the push-up, make your way to downward dog. So definitely a stretch in that one. Okay, side two, feet touch, inhale left, exhale that foot about halfway, and then inhale to our side plank. So this is going to strengthen the sides, and then the triangle pose will stretch the sides, okay? So, but right now it's more about strengthening that shoulder, strengthening those obliques. So those obliques are stabilizing the two halves of our body here. Okay, deep breath, exhale that hand down, inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, lunge, and inhale to warrior two. Take a breath, and then inhale, stupa. Exhale, goddess. Inhale up, exhale, warrior two. Good, same pattern. So inhale, goddess. Inhale, warrior two. Inhale, goddess. Inhale, warrior two at the back. Good, one more time. Inhale. Exhale, goddess. Inhale back up. And exhale, warrior two at the front. Inhale, straighten the front knee, pivot the hands, right, in the arms. And then exhale, lengthen, 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 lengthen. And then when you feel like you're beginning to collapse in your left waist, you just pivot those arms. Now you can do whatever you want with the bottom hand. I'm going to rest it on my shin today, but you could put it on a block. You could have it in the air. You may be able to reach the ground. Feel that powerful stretch in the inside of the thigh. Good. Inhale back up, bend the knee, exhale, cartwheel down, bottom of your push-up. Make your way to downward dog. Okay, from our down dog, we'll inhale to the toes. We exhale, step, jump, float, front edge of the mat. And then inhale to the standing back bend. And then this time we exhale, hands out like wings, bend the knees, and then let's take the right ankle over the left thigh like so. Okay, so I'm dropping down, and the more my hips drop, the more my chest drops, the deeper the stretch. So this is just like pigeon pose or sleeping swan in the yin sequence, okay? Except we're balancing on one foot. So it's an added challenge. Good, let's inhale all the way up and back, and exhale, sit into your imaginary seat, and then inhale, left ankle this time, dropping down. Good, inhale, deep breath in, up and back, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way to down dog. All right, so let's take one last look at side plank. Starting with the feet touching, we inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale the foot about halfway. Roll onto the left side, okay? So again, you could stay here, but let's see, we can add a little movement. So exhale, lower the hips and the hand toward the ground, and then inhale, reach and arch. Try and stretch your side a little bit. Exhale, coming down. This will strengthen the side and stretch a little bit, and then we reach up, and again, we strengthen one side and stretch the other. A few more times. Exhale down. I feel nice stretching my hip here. And then inhale up, stretching the side. Good. Let's exhale that hand to the ground. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. And then inhale to warrior two. Take a breath. And then inhale, stupa. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front knee. And exhale, triangle. Inhale, back up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, back up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the knee. And exhale, triangle pose. Good. Now, let's take the gaze down. Bend the front knee. And as you exhale, transition to this position. Okay, so the hips are stacked. Shoulders are stacked. Arms in a 6 o'clock position. Crown of the head toward the wall in front of you. In the gaze skyward. Good, take a nice deep breath. Exhale, bottom of the push-up, that is the balancing half moon. And again, it's like a side plank except balancing on one leg instead of two. Let's try the other side. So feet touch. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, halfway. Inhale, left hand to the sky. And exhale, lower the hips in the hand. Inhale, lift and stretch. Good, with the breath. Exhale. And then inhale. 3 more times. Two more. And last time. Good. Exhale the hand to the ground. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Take a breath. And then inhale, stupa. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, up. Exhale, warrior two, facing the back of the mat. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, back up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, stupa. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, triangle. Good. Bend the knee. And as gracefully as you can, transition into your balancing half moon pose. Good. Exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way to the downward facing dog. All right, great work, everybody. So from our down dog, let's inhale to the toes, exhale, step, jump, float, front edge of the mat. Inhale, standing back bend, up and back. Exhale, arms out like wings, bend the knees. Let's see if we can repeat this, okay? And then we'll add on if we can. So inhale the right ankle over the left knee, right? So just like figure 4 at the beginning, right? Here we are doing the same thing. And then if possible, bring your hands to the ground. I don't want you to think about the next step. Just think about bringing your hands to the ground if you're able to, okay? Maybe you put them on some blocks. Let's see if you can get your hands down. Now, if you can, the next step is to rest the shin bone on the back of your arms. I'll turn so hopefully you can see what happens here. I take my toes, I wrap them around my arm, I look up, and then I see if I can lift my toes. If I can, then I try extending that leg behind me, and that's called Galavasana. Okay? It's sometimes translated as flying pigeon pose. It's an arm balance. It's a rather challenging one. So again, don't think about this class in outcome, in terms of outcome. Like if I'm not able to do that, then that means I failed or I didn't get as much from the class as I could have. We're all in different places, and as long as you make your best attempt, you will get as much benefit as you possibly can, okay? So it's asymmetrical. Let's try the other side. So we'll come all the way up out of it before we try again. So let's inhale up. Exhale, arms out like wings, bend those knees. Let's start just by creating this balancing, I call it a balancing pigeon, or flying, well, not flying pigeon, because that's sometimes what we call the arm balance, okay? So again, from here, I just see, can I drop my hands to the ground? And if you can't, usually it's going to be flexibility issue. So again, working on opening up those glutes. That's probably going to be the biggest thing. From there, I see if I can plant my hands, bring the shin to the back of my bent arms, wrap my toes, look forward, and then lift the opposite leg. And I may or may not be able to extend it behind me, but the full expression would be extending that leg behind. Again, not an easy posture. And I think that's good. I think we all should have things that we aspire to do. Even though I can do that posture, it's very difficult for me to hold for a long time. So if you're like me, you can do the pose, then the next step might be learning to breathe more deeply and slowly, turning the posture into a meditation. That's what all of these postures ultimately are. Some of them are easier to find that calm meditative state. Others are very challenging to do that, this being one of them. So if you can find that equanimity in that posture, you're doing great. You're really doing very, very well. I care more about the equanimity than I do about actually doing the posture. Okay, so the posture is just a vehicle to challenge us and give us an opportunity to find equanimity. All right, everyone, nice work. So let's make our way onto our back. We'll begin to unwind a little bit now. Let's begin with a back bend. So that was essentially a forward bend. So let's do a back bend. Feet on the ground, hip distance. Knees hip distance. Pressing into the feet, lift the hips pretty much as high as they can go safely. You can stay there and bridge, interlacing fingers underneath you. Or you can bring hands alongside your head and press up into wheel, which is a deeper back bend. When you're ready to come down, use an exhalation. Drop the knees against one another in constructive rest. And then just gently letting your knees drop side to side. They may go all the way to the ground. They may just go part of the way. Releasing the spine and the hips. Do as many of those as you like. But when you're done, bring the legs in and give them a squeeze. Then extending the arms, drop the knees to the left as you look to your right. Let your breath be natural. Good. Inhale, knees through center. Exhale them off to the other side. Good. Inhale, knees back through center. Let's grab the soles of the feet for happy baby. And then taking your time, but when you're finished stretching in happy baby, unwinding onto your back in Shavasana, corpse pose. Now, as you know, I'm going to encourage you to set a timer for 5-6 minutes. And during the next 5 or 6 minutes, just to allow your body to be perfectly still until the timer goes off.